What's up, YouTube? We're back with another video. I re-recorded this video just because I felt like the first video wasn't as informative, but this is going to be my full OP9 curve guide. I don't know what I'll name the video exactly, but this is going to help you get all the knowledge of all the decks and how they play in one video for OP9. And we're going to go through every single one of these decks' curve, what turns they should be picking, and then we'll go over. And this PDF is downloadable for free. This whole PDF, 16 pages. Actually, I think, yeah, 16 pages is downloadable for free on my website in the link below. So let's get started. So the guide's designed to help navigate the current Optcg meta by understanding key leaders' strengths and optimal game plans. So matchup spread, we're going to go over the matchup spread, meaning what turn you should pick with each leader in the matchup spread, and knowing all this information is going to help you be a better player for whatever leader you're playing, because you're going to understand the meta. So let's get into it. So let's start with Shanks, and Shanks is pretty prominent deck. I mean, I see a good amount of people play red these days, and Shanks is one of those glue eater decks that, you know, if you curve out right, you can really stomp on noobs with this deck. So what you want to do with this deck really is you're going to want to play Uta, then after that you're going to want to play Ace or a Marco. Marco's not there, but we'll say Marco's there. Then after that you're going to want to play Ben Beckman to KO one of their bodies, or trash in this sense, because Ben Beckham trashes. And after that, you're going to want to follow up with either an 8-cost Rayleigh or an 8-cost Dragon. Dragon's not on there, but he should be. And then right after that, we'll go into 10-drop Shanks or other 10 costs. So the curve is fairly simple. That's why I rated this deck as a easy. And then in terms of turn order, into Doflamingo, you're going to want to go first. Into the Mary, you're going to want to go second. And into BY, you're going to want to go second. And first into Lucci. And first is really important to Lucci, so you can deny them from getting that jack. And second into Teach, obviously, because second is Teach's ideal curve. And first into Purple Luffy, because first is Purple Luffy's ideal curve. And maybe I won't repeat these things over and over again as we go. Now let's go over Teach. So Teach is a really more of a higher skill ceiling deck. It's harder because it's a control deck that, you know, requires really calculating what resources you want to expend. So let's look at the curve. So the curve is Luffy. We're going to play Luffy. We're going to look for a 10 cost maybe, or even other parts for our curve. Then we're going to play a Doc Q, if ideally, so we can set up something so that we can either Van Augur or Laboon it. Some people don't play Laboon, and I'm seeing that, but Van Augur is like ideally the way to go because it draws you a card. So perfect there. And then on the 7-dawn turn, we can either play a Burger or we can play another Van Augur to KO bodies, even Finger Pistol comboing with spells. Then after that, we can play double Burger, so 2 Burgers, or even, yeah, you don't really want to play Van Augurs or Searchers from here because they're not going to get value out of them in the next turns. So then you should play Burgers to set up for, you know, lethaling them out, and then 10 cost Teach from there. So the way this deck plays is you want to get the 10 cost Teach and you want to stack them up with a couple Burgers behind you so you can swing them to death. And the turn orders, as you can see, they're listed as the following, and really I don't really think there's anything I want to talk about except that into Doflamingo I think you should go first to deny them. Because, okay, so the way it works in Doflamingo is that if you go first, then you have a turn where you don't have to pitch. But, I mean, you don't draw either, so it's just nice to not get hit by that 7K. And, like, it's just nice not having to pitch on, like, not having to pitch on 2-dawn. But I guess you do draw a guard, so that's a good point I didn't think about. Okay. So let's talk about Dofi. Dofi's curve is very, very different. I mean, I'm not very, very different, but like there's like something we'll go over at the end of the video that's a Dofi combo that I'll explain about with Teach. But the curve is like, okay, you play Perona, you look for a 6K body, you play a 6K body out, you swing 7, then you can maybe if you have teach, you can play like Jinbei, you can play Jinbei out, like you can teach the law, play Jinbei, and like bounce the Jinbei back if you want to, or you can like do Jinbei Weevil, and then after that, like ideally, like if there's like a 5 cost that you think is like worth bouncing, then you can play Jozu, but Jozu's like a more of a going second card, so you know, not really the best over there. But the turn condition is you flood the board and you swing, and then you flood the board and you swing again. So it's a medium deck. I think there is a skill ceiling to this deck, and I think that it is difficult if you don't know what you're doing. So I think it's a medium deck. Okay, so purple Luffy. This deck's really easy, and the way this deck plays out is you're going to want to look for Luffy Taro. So on 1 Dawn, you're going to play Law. On 4 Dawn, you're going to play Zorojuro. Then after that, you're going to play that 7-cost Luffy that spawns a Sangoro or the 7-cost Sanji, right? Or you can play the 7-cost Sanji. It doesn't spawn off Luffy Taro, but you can play the 7-cost Sanji if you do not have the Luffy Taro. Then the following turn, you would usually want to play another Luffy Taro, spawn another Sangoro. You want to flood that board, play that Onami, and then after that, you can leave up. You can even play out Onami, what I'm saying, off the Luffy Tower if you don't have Sangoro, and then leave one up for Gum Gum Giant, and then go into your 9 Dawn units, the Luffy and the 9 Mom, and then those are the turn orders there. It's actually fairly you want to go first with this deck because you ramp. And yeah, flood board, fast ramp with big bodies, build strong board. Okay, so Lucci is really hard, and it's hard to, like, if you really want to learn this deck, I recommend going to my Lucci guide. It's like almost 3 hours of like just free information about how to play Lucci and how to play the matchups and like just the general baseline of what I think and how to play Lucci. But this is some of the material from there. So this is the first curve, and on the first curve in some matchups, you're gonna want to play Tempest Cake just because you know you're not gonna be using it. Like it's not gonna have an advantage. You'd rather just filter out a card in your hand if your hand's bad. You want to play Spandom, look at the top 3, build your trash. Then if you want, like in a lot of matchups, you can establish a Brook for an extra -1 for the next turn, which is good. So you can like have a -2 with the -1 from leader and -1 from Brook. Then you have a lot of options here. You can go Kaku to KO a 3 cost. You can go Ice Age Lucci to KO a 5 cost. Or 7 cost technically, but that's not gonna happen. You can play Sabo if you don't need to do anything, or you can play Who's Who to KO 3 cost if that's your worst option. I mean, like, and then into Dawn 7, you really want to be playing Jack, and Jack's super strong because he gets that +4, making him an 11 cost, which is really strong, and then he can KO a body turn and filter your hand out, so really clean up the hand for Lucci. Then after that, you're going to want to be going into your Morio turn, or either a Kaido. You probably want to play Kaido on 9 if it's something that you think is in your game plan, like into Teach or to BY. But, so you'll play Kaido on 9, but if else, you can play Moria, and Moria's really strong, and then we got some Moria combos on the other side right there, and there's also some the late game stallers or end game closers, what I would call, is Rebecca Sabo and Sabo Nightmare Luffy, which is right here. Okay, great. Now let's go into Enel. So Enel's an easy deck, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna play that Shirahoshi blocker early. Then we're gonna go into Gadatsu, try to KO one of their bodies, and then additionally we can KO up to a 5 cost by trashing a trigger from our hand with the Nami. And then after that, it's fairly simple. We go into Katakuri or a Yamato, depending on our curve spread. And then after that, we can go into Yamato Ace and just, push big bodies out until we win. So clear bodies with big removal and play big bodies to end the game. That's essentially what you want to do, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is Smoker. Okay, Smoker's a deck that's, undertraded, but I actually have gotten a couple wins on this deck. Okay. So, a lot of you have been saying that this is wrong, and y'all are correct. It is wrong, because this is not wrong, but it needs to include a Suru. So this is right. So you go brand new, you go to Rebecca Brook. Rebecca Brook's a strong combo. Someone was shitting on me on Twitter, saying it's a bad combo. I was like, bruh, it's not a bad combo. Like, it's pretty strong. Because you have, 8, if you're on 4 Dawn, you roughly have 8 cards if you take the first life. So Tashiki after that, letting you KO a 4 cost, or even more if you lead your ability. 8 Dawn, you go to Moria. You've Rebecca Brook, Suru Brook. KO's a 3 cost. It's pretty bad, low-key. So actually, I think the better play might be a combination of other tools you could use to KO. But I think playing Gecko here is so good, so it might be just like Gecko, Rebecca brand new, and I'll fix that right there. And then the next combo will be your lethal combo, which is the Ice Age Rebecca Brooke. And so you're going to remove your opponent's bodies and use your leader ability to swing it into bodies, because you get pretty strong with that plus 1k, making you a 7k body if you can -1 something. And yeah, it's lit. So after that, let's talk about not Smoker again. PB Luffy. Okay, this is wrong. This should be Frankie and another Gecko Frankies, and then I do play Brooks in my list, but I don't want to. But this turn should be Gecko Frankie, and then into Tendon. Yeah. So into Tendon, you would more than likely want to play more of your big bodies though, like not just Geckos, 10 cost units. So I would say this PB Luffy is just a very basic overview of what they might be doing, just so you know how to play into it. And then there's the turnovers right there. Alright, now we got RG Luffy. Alright, RG Luffy's can be cancer sometimes, so let's talk about it. They play 1 cost Nami on 2 Dawn. They play Zoro Juro on 4 Dawn. They go to 8 Dawn. They get to, yeah, they just go to 8 Dawn, my bad, guys. and then they get to play the dragon or their kid. They give them that either -1 plus to their leader, make them a 7k leader, or a dragon to just fuck you up. Then they just play big body, big body, big body, big body. So this is like a pretty easy deck to play, but that's how they play it. So ramp up super fast, play large bodies. Nico Robin. You didn't even think I was gonna cover this, but I am. Like, okay, people are getting hella pissed that I said play this on 1 Dawn. My bad, bruh. Okay, like, okay, maybe play it on like 4 Dawn, or like scatter it over here or some shit. Like, I don't know, not over here, but like over here. Like, yeah, you could play it on 1 Dawn. I mean, I don't see why not. If I honestly don't think you played on 1 Dawn, but yeah, you just want to hit them with banish. You want to play blockers so you can survive more to hit them more. You want to play like Onamis and Rocket Luffy's to get rid of their board. This is like based off a list that my friend's playing, and he's doing pretty well with it. And then you play Katakuri's into aces to really aggro them down. So hit them, and go first all the time. And then the final cheat sheet I want to go over is the BY Luffy cheat sheet. It's really great, and in a second we're gonna go over how to download these cheat sheets for free. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So what you're gonna do for BY Luffy is that on Dawn 2 you're gonna play 2 Garps, then you're gonna play a Kuzan, draw 1. The early game's pretty simple. You're gonna try to get that beater Luffy out. That's the priority, so you can take 1 and then draw 1. Or I mean, not take 1, but like trash 1, draw 1. And then you want to play your babies out with the 2 bodies, with the 2 Flampes, 9k leader ability. These babies on the next, like on Dawn 8, you want to play 2 babies for 2 Dawn, and these will spawn the complementary, you know, units. And then, so before you do all this, you have to play the 2 Flampes. I don't know why they're over there, but you play 2 Flampes to draw 2. So now you're at 0 life. You play these 2 babies, and then you leader ability, and now you're at 9k. Or you could do this combo, makes you a 7k, which is Gecko, Hiyori, play a baby, play some bullshit, leave yourself at 7, because, you know, you could put the baby into life. Or I put this card into life, and then, you know, put the baby from trash through the Gecko. And then Dawn 10, you're gonna want to do the same thing and just keep refreshing it with Gecko. Spawn 2 babies, play two things, put 2 Dawn on leader, trash 1, and refresh your 9k leader ability. Okay, so pro tip. This is the pro tip I wanted to go over. This is a 16 Dawn Doflamingo combo, and this is why you should kill Teach. So Teach can play Jinbei. Jinbei can play Jinbei Law, and then so the leader ability. So you're basically swinging 7, playing Jinbei, playing Law, and then you're gonna return the Jinbei, so you can use the Jinbei again, and you're gonna play the Jinbei standing as Jinbei Weevil, and now you got 3 standing bodies, so they can't swing into them. So you have 3 loaded charges ready to go unless they remove it with removal. And then you also got a 7k swing, and that's 16 done for 7 done. And people were making, note that there are other combos like out there in the game that are really strong, but I think this is a really, really good combo, and I don't see this. I think this is really broken. I mean, the fact that you can also swing 7 is really, really strong. Okay, let's go and talk about something, and we're gonna talk about the guides. So this is my website. There's a free guide, like the cheat sheet you just saw will be available on that website. I also sell playmats on this website, and I'm gonna get to how to I'm gonna give you a little pitch on how my playmats, and if you want to skip over this, you can. But I love, the One Piece. Honestly, I love the One Piece card game, because fuck it, and I want to have some nice ass girls on my playmats. So I made these playmats with the help of a commissioned artist, and they're gonna come out in April. So selling those playmats on the website. That's one of the things. And we got Robin. We got the Pirate Party. All the girls there. And we got this Yamato one coming out, and we got a future Boa one that I'm telling you guys will come out soon. So when you get to the website, you're gonna go to guides, and you're gonna go here, and you're gonna go to free One Piece TCG guides, and you're gonna see like, okay, this was included, and you just click add to cart. You're gonna buy with shop. Now, if you guys are interested in, okay, yeah, no. So after you add to cart, real quick, before I tell you guys the other thing, you're gonna have to put in just your information, your email, and it will send you the links to the download, and you'll be able to download it from my website. Okay, great. Anyway, let's talk about the offer I'm doing on these playmats, though, because not only are these really nice stitch editing playmats for a really good price, I'm doing a lot less than most playmat businesses. On top of that, the first 10 of y'all, I don't even know if any of y'all made it to the end of this video, who buy a playmat, let me know if you want free coaching, an hour on me. Just complimentary, because I love teaching, and I love teaching you guys. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this whole meta breakdown, and I'll see you guys back in the next video.